Good day, everyone. I'm Tron Francia.
I'm Jefferson Olmon.
I'm Albert John Pelayo, and we are Group 8 jTetris.
Here in the presentation, we have these are tables of contents, and we have five contents, which are project description, gameplay mechanics, project structure, project goals, and layout of application. In our project description, the Tetris game in Java project is an adaptation of a famous arcade game in which players control falling tetrominoes to build an entire row to clear them and gain points. This project aims to construct a fully working Tetris game by utilizing the Java programming language. In our game mechanics, um, goal of the game, players are tasked with multiplating falling tetrominoes, a geometric shape that are made up of four blocks. As each horizontal line is successfully completed, the line will disappear and the players earn points. The goal is to keep playing for as long as possible, racking up as many points as possible before the screen fills up with tetrominoes. Controls. To move these tetrominoes, players use the row keys on their keyboard. The left and right row arrow move the piece horizontally while the down arrow speeds up its descent.
For the structure of our project, the, the project structure of our Tetris game is organized into several components, each with a specific role. The game board component is responsible for rendering the game screen and managing the placement of tetrominos. Detrominos component handles the creation and the movement of the different shapes that fall from the top of the screen. The scoring system component keeps track of the player's score and updates it based on the number of lines the player cleared. In addition to these core components, there, there are also helper classes that handle tasks such as input handling. These classes work together to create a seamless and enjoyable gaming experience for the user. For the project goals, our goal is to implement a graphical user interface for the Tetris game. Create the core game mechanics including tetromino generation, movement, rotation, and collision detection. Implement scoring and level progression. Provide user controls for playing the game. Add sound effects and visual elements to enhance the gaming experience. Ensure code modularity, readability, and adherence to best coding practices. Optionally, implement a high score system and user settings.
Now let's move on to the layout of our application. First is the start. What is the start menu? The start, the user will click the start button to run the game. Now next is the levels. The game will have three types of levels, easy, medium, and hard. Each level will have the same, they have a different speed drop of the terminals. Rankings. When the user clicks this button, it will show the previous users that has played this game, and it will also show their high score. Help. This will show the keybinds for this game, and it will also guide the player how to play this game. Now let's move on to our application. As you can see, uh, once we run this application, you will see the start game, leaderboards, and quit. Uh, Obviously, we didn't uh, put the help button or the controls and the levels. We actually do or does that once we start the game, it will automatically the speed of dropping the tetrominos. It will automatically increase. Now, when the user start the game, then the dropping of the tetrominos will actually move. Now, The upper or the up arrow button controls uh the size, I mean the way up directions when the tetrominus wants to drop. Then the left and right buttons will help the user to where will it drop, and when the user click or push the spacebar, the tetrominus will drop automatically. Then once the one line clear, the score level will increase. So there, once the user put all the tetrominos cleared in one line, 12 lines, the score level increase depends on how the uh, line cleared. Now, the end also, when the level is been uh, upgraded, and the score also. Now, once we play this game continuously, the dropping of tetrominos will increase faster. So there. So okay. So once the game is finally over, the user will enter their name and it will automatically record in the leaderboards. Now check in our leaderboards if the high score is already stuck in there. And there you go. The name Tarzan is been inserted in the leaderboards and the score is 10. Now we put some database here so that when the user wants to know what if their score is being recorded and there the Tarzan name is being recorded. Now let's move on to answering the three questions in the module.
Now we move on to the question given in the canvas. For the quest for the first questions, our group decided to implement multi-dimensional array onto our project. 2D array and 3D array has many purposes for our project. The purpose of the 2D array is to check the right, left, and bottom edges of the Tetris board in order to avoid the shapes to pass through the board. It is also used for converting the current block into a background in the Tetris board. Once the once the block moves down to the bottom edge of the board or if it detects a background block. Additionally, the 2D array shape is also used to determine how the block will look like. By using the cells of by using the grid cells of the board, we use ones and zeros as a basis for which grid cell will have a color and which will not. As for the 3D array, it is used for the rotation of the blocks. For the next question,
For for the second question, in order to create the game code and implement the system design and sound, our group looked to the game like Tetris for inspiration. We were successful in acquiring the necessary materials for the project. As we began to process, we realized the importance of a solid foundation. Studying Tetris with its simple yet addictive gameplay served as a guide for our own project. We analyzed the block matching dynamics, the fluidity of movement, and the seamless integration of sound effect that enhance the overall gaming experience. And for the last question,
My role in this group is to visualize what are the possible pros and cons in our project constructed. Also, I perform as an effective leader is to organize the data structures and algorithms on making our project simple and well organized. And that's all for our presentation. Once again, we are the jTetris team, Tron Francia, Jefferson Olmon, and Albert John Pelayo. Thank you and have a great day.